Hi everyone and welcome to Homerino Collectibles, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends Juggernaut Build-A-Figure from the recent X-Men Marvel Legends wave, and we're going to be comparing it to the guy on the left there, which is actually the Toy Biz Marvel Legends Juggernaut from Series 6, which was not a Build-A-Figure, that was just a standard standalone release figure. As you can see, they are both basically in the same sort of classic Juggernaut style. So we're going to compare articulation, detail, and just in general what the figures can do. So first up, I just want to mention, in height right here, let's go ahead and put them side by side. Even without measuring, you can see that this guy on the right there is definitely taller, which adds a Build-A-Figure, is very nice. I would hate to have a Build-A-Figure that was smaller than a standard figure right there. So he's actually 8 3/4 inches tall. This guy over here is actually under 8. He's about 7 3/4 inches tall. So that's fantastic. The new guy, as you can see, is more of a kind of a clean cut figure. There's no shading on it. Whereas this one right here, you can see in the skin tone, you have a darker skin tone on top. You also have the veins colored in as if this is like a Bane in Juggernaut disguise. Also, a difference, this guy right here, bear in mind the head on mine is loose inside. Oh, it stayed on. That's just literally resting there. The helmet on this one can be removed. The helmet on that one cannot. Just for the rest of the review, I'm going to go ahead and move this just simply because, well, it's going to fall off and rattle around in there. And so here are the faces next to each other, and as you can see, they're both in the same kind of a grimacing style pose. This one's a lot more menacing, and the head inside there looks like it probably would be a little bit bigger if you were to be able to take this helmet off. I have to say, the older one gets a massive plus point for being able to remove the helmet. But also, I honestly think that, the helmet themselves, I do prefer the older one a hell of a lot more. Just the shape of the cutouts for the eyes and the mouth, and the fact that it's perfectly smooth. Well, you do get a little bit of shading on this part. And these bands right here, but this guy, he actually has silver dry brushing, which just looks so much better in my opinion, and the different shades of brown right there. We get this kind of metallic bit around the helmet there too, which has some awesome dry brushing on it. Even the red right here has some shading in there. The red on the new one is actually two different colors. This bit is actually lighter, or well, it's lighter on paint, but the shade of this is more rich and lighter right here. So there is actually a difference right there. That's obviously a bad point. The belt right here, it kind of droops down, but that's so that you can use the waist articulation. You can bring it up and cover that up, and it sits there very nicely. But it does actually have the gold on there, which is much nicer than this one, which doesn't really have all that much. This guy has massive gorilla arms, which reach down past his knees. That looks honestly terrible. Whereas this one, much more human-like arms, which is absolutely fantastic. This guy had articulation in the finger and thumb right here, but it doesn't really matter all that much because the only way it looks good is actually in a fist. This guy comes with fists that actually look better sculpt than that, so I have to say the new one wins out right there. As for the articulation, I can't really show you what the head on that one could do because obviously it is snapped off. But with the helmet on, there's nothing that you can do. With the new one, what that allows you to do is actually move the helmet as well. So obviously you can look left and right, you can look up that much and down that much. It's not huge, but it's something. It's more than what that one could do. But bear in mind the actual head inside there would actually be able to move more than that. So whichever way you want to go with that is up to you. The shoulders right here come out to the side and go all the way around. Rotation at the upper part of the arm. Single jointed elbow right there. It doesn't move all that much. Then rotation and a hinge right there at the wrist. This guy over here has the shoulders that come out to the side, like so, but then we also have the butterfly joint that comes out a little bit there as well. It's not all that much, but it brings the arm out just that little bit further. Rotation all the way around, rotation right there again, single jointed elbow that doesn't move again, and yep, there goes the head. There's a rotation in the forearm, and then the hinge, and then obviously you've got those fingers right there. So the arms are about the same. The waist over here is actually a really strange joint, but it can slide forward and back and slide side to side as well as twisting there. And then this one over here has the conventional waist twist and ab crunch, which both looks and honestly executes the moves much better. Hips go out this far, forward and back, rotation, single jointed knees, and then the feet go up and down and have a nice ankle pivot. This guy over here, the legs come out to the side, much further, forward and back about the same. Rotation, double jointed knees, which actually move a little bit more. And then we also get a rotation there at the foot. The feet go more up, more down. They also have an ankle pivot, and then they have the toe pivot. So this guy has the legs beat. So between the two, size-wise, this one gets 1 vote. Paint application, this guy gets a vote. In terms of just the aesthetics of the mold, this guy gets the vote. And then in terms of the actual style of the mold itself, I think this one then gets my vote. So for me, it all rests on articulation. And honestly, they're basically the same. The arms are pretty much the same. The heads, you could go either way. The legs, this one has beat, but then the abs and torso, this one has it beat. So honestly, they're about the same. So for me personally, recommending either of them, I would say yes to both. This one would probably be easier to get because you're just buying a single figure, whereas this one, obviously, you have to either pay a lot to get the built-up version or get the whole wave. Now, obviously, the whole wave is absolutely fantastic, and so it's worth getting anyway, but I definitely don't really think that there is a clear-cut winner. I honestly think that these two are a very good comparable match. I know a lot of people are probably just going to say that this one's better, but I think, honestly, like for me, personally comparing them, I think they are pretty much equal in my eyes. And just as one final thing, just to see how they look next to a pretty standard Marvel Legends figure, here is Rogue from the latest X-Men Juggernaut wave. So thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like. And if you want to see more pictures of anything else from my collection, check out my Instagram. It's Homerino123, and the link is in the description below. And for more Marvel Legends reviews, go ahead and subscribe. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.